Hey, how y'all doing today, guys? I want to talk to y'all. Have a deep and serious conversation, man. Today we're talking about kidney disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. And we know a lot of people are faced with these situations, and it's a tragic thing that be going through it. You know what I'm saying? They have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure or kidney disease, and you trying to figure out ways to get your body back in shape. You know what I mean? First, we need to understand that exercise is very important into the process of getting our body back to its normal self and healing the body, and realizing that there's a lot of great fruits and vegetables and things that we need to be consuming, you know what I'm saying, from the sea moss and other great products that will help us begin to fight away the diseases and things that is attacking our bodies, because we keep consuming the wrong things in our bodies, from cigarette smoke to alcohol to bad foods, and the lack of education on just the proper things to eat. And exercise is important. Me, as a person that has diabetes type 2, you know what I'm saying, and somebody that had high blood pressure, a person that's working on trying to better myself, is just coming to you with personal experiences, not knowing that I had diabetes, being very sick, and going through things where I'm eating all the wrong foods and digesting everything that can cause me more damage at the time of not knowing that I had diabetes. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, we got great situations for y'all, man. I want y'all to go to the description box, and I want y'all to look and find the best situation for you, because we got something for everybody. And I made sure everything was completely good. The gravity is right. The research is there. And we here to help you live a longer life and to be with your kids and family, just like myself, a married man with kids and family. And it's all about being here to see your grandkids. And if you're an older person and you already see your grandkids and you just want to live a healthier life, then it's the journey you need to be on right here. You know what I'm saying? We pray, and we give it all up to God, to Allah. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that the blessings are coming. But he put so many tools and great and amazing people on this planet that have the gifts, that have the ability to heal us and to give us the right remedies and things to take to begin to get our body to recover from the diseases that's attacking our bodies. And I think today you're going to have a great learning experience, a great experience, period, and learning about the disease. And we have things and programs right now that's going to help you to get rid of it completely and be able to live a healthier life. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing with this is, we have to start not allowing things to get worse by ignoring it, and just jump on the fact that we can cause change by just looking in the mirror and saying, today gonna be that day. Now, ain't nobody's perfect. It ain't all of a sudden you gonna eat better or exercise better today or tomorrow if that wasn't your routine. But it's a great thing to start to try to change and try to become better, because that's the whole goal of this journey that I'm taking you on. So when you look in the mirror, you look at yourself and you understand that you have maybe kidney disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and you know that you can walk a path of being healed, being successfully recovering from these diseases and things that attack the body. Because a lot of things come to you with a lack of just being reckless with what you're doing, drinking too much, smoking too much, eating the wrong stuff too much. But like I always say, man, you stand prayed up, and now I'm bringing you some amazing, I'm talking about some amazing programs and situations that's going to help you get back on the path that you need to be on, get you on the right regimen, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're eating the right things, and just going to have a plan that's going to put you in better pursuit of getting yourself prepared for this journey we're going to walk on together. You know what I mean? And like I say, man, my wife dealt with a little thing with the pneumonia on the chest and stuff like that, and we prayed about it, and she got healing, you know what I'm saying, from the doctor's blessings and God's blessings, you know what I mean? So as we walk these journeys, man, we got to understand that we pray, and then we begin to move in the process of healing the body, healing the mind, healing the soul, and begin understanding that it's a deeper transitional period that's coming to us. Don't forget to go to the description box. I got you.
11% of US population, which translates to about 30 million people. Another 30 million people are at risk for developing CKD at some point in their lives. Ideally, we would like to prevent individuals from developing CKD in the first place, but unfortunately, that is not always possible. Early detection is the second best option in order to take appropriate actions to slow down the decline of kidney function. Let's talk about estimating kidney function. It's usually not as precise or easy as checking your weight or even measuring electrolyte levels in your blood. Doctors, nurses, pharmacists use special equations to estimate kidney function based on the level of creatinine in the blood. What is creatinine? Well, creatinine is a waste product generated by muscle metabolism and removed or excreted, if you will, from the body by kidneys. The higher the creatinine level in the blood, the less efficient kidneys are at removing it from the body, so the worse the level of kidney function is. The term for the level of kidney function is glomerular filtration rate, or GFR. GFR is the rate at which kidneys filter toxins from the blood. This number also correlates with overall kidney function. We stage kidney disease or assign severity based on the GFR. It is extremely important that you know your GFR. In simple terms, you can think of GFR as a percentage of normal kidney function. For example, GFR 40 means that your overall kidney function, yes, for both kidneys, is about 40% of normal. Please remember, it is just an estimate and not a true measure of your kidney function. Also, you need to realize that GFR fluctuates from day to day, just like your blood pressure does or stock market does. So we look at the trend and not necessarily every individual value. We'll now go over stages of chronic kidney disease. There are 5 of them, with 1 being the least severe and 5 being the most severe. In stage 1, chronic kidney disease, GFR is relatively preserved, greater than 90, so it's considered normal or close to normal, yet there are some other markers of kidney disease. For example, there's protein in the urine, and we'll talk more about this a little bit later. So that's stage 1 chronic kidney disease. In stage 2 CKD, GFR is mildly reduced to between 60 and 89, and there are some other markers of kidney injury. Most of the time it's protein again. You will see that protein is important. Now stage 3, this is the middle road kidney disease, and also the most common category. GFR in CKD3 is moderately reduced, is between 30 and 59, so not normal kidney disease. Now let's move to stage 4. In stage 4 CKD, GFR is between 15 and 29. This is considered a pretty advanced stage. So we start talking about what the kidney's future might hold. We might discuss potential plans for either dialysis or transplantation or both, whatever is most appropriate for you. In stage 5, GFR is less than 15. Being in stage 5 does not automatically mean that you need to start dialysis. Some patients can remain in stage 5 for quite a few years without requiring dialysis. In general, we do not start patients on dialysis even 1 day sooner than it is necessary. And most of the time, patients tell me when it is necessary. They feel it, they can tell. It is important to realize that dialysis is just a tip of the iceberg. Chronic kidney disease is a prevalent yet silent disease. Most patients do not know that they have it since CKD is not associated with clear symptoms till this disease is quite advanced. Therefore, it is important to screen patients at increased risk for developing chronic kidney disease. Let's do 2 questions to test
high blood pressure. For example, do you have a family history of high blood pressure? Are you African American? Are you overweight or obese? Do you have diabetes or sleep apnea? Do you include too much salt in your diet or drink too much alcohol? Do you smoke? Do you feel stressed often? We also know what can have an impact on your blood pressure. These include the 3 S's: salt, smoking, and stress. Too much salt in your diet causes your body to hold on to more fluid. This makes your heart work harder, causing an increase in your blood pressure. Smoking causes your vessels to constrict. This makes the heart work harder to pump blood through those narrow channels, thus increasing your blood pressure. When your body feels stressed, it releases a hormone called epinephrine to help with those feelings. Epinephrine also causes your blood vessels to constrict. This makes it harder for the heart to work and then increases your blood pressure.
High blood pressure, or hypertension, is a common condition in which the force of blood on the walls of your arteries is often too high. Arteries are the blood vessels that carry blood away from your heart to supply your tissues with oxygen and nutrients. In your heart, 2 chambers, called ventricles, contract with each heartbeat to push blood to your lungs and through your arteries to your body. As blood flows through them, 3 main factors affect the pressure on your artery walls. The first is cardiac output, or the amount of blood your ventricles push out of your heart each minute. Your blood pressure goes up as cardiac output increases. The second factor affecting your blood pressure is blood volume, or the total amount of blood in your body. Blood pressure also goes up as blood volume increases. The third factor that affects your blood pressure is resistance, which is anything working against the blood flow through your arteries. Several factors contribute to resistance. One resistance factor is the flexibility of your artery wall. Healthy arteries expand with each heartbeat to help reduce blood pressure on the wall. Another resistance factor is the diameter of your arteries. Your body is able to increase the diameter of your arteries to lower your blood pressure, or reduce the diameter to raise your blood pressure. A third resistance factor is blood viscosity, or thickness. In your blood, more particles, such as proteins and fat, increase viscosity. If your blood is thicker, your blood pressure goes up as your heart works harder to push it through your arteries. Your blood pressure can be measured with a device called a sphygmomanometer, or blood pressure cuff. When your heart beats, the pressure of blood on the walls of your arteries is called systolic pressure. When your heart relaxes between beats, pressure on the artery wall is called diastolic pressure. While your blood pressure may change throughout the day, it should normally be less than 120 millimeters of mercury for systolic pressure and less than 80 millimeters of mercury for diastolic pressure. If your systolic pressure frequently stays above 140 or your diastolic pressure frequently stays above 90, you have high blood pressure. Over time, high blood pressure will damage the walls of your arteries. Your artery wall may become weak. and form an enlargement called an aneurysm, or the wall may burst and bleed into the surrounding tissue. Small tears in your artery wall may attract certain substances in your blood, such as cholesterol, fat, and calcium, to form a buildup called a plaque. Blood flow through your artery decreases as the plaque enlarges. Blood cells can stick to the plaque and form solid clumps called clots, further reducing or completely blocking your blood flow.
Type 2 diabetes is a metabolic disorder that causes sugar, in the form of glucose, to accumulate in the blood rather than being used as fuel by the cells in our body. When we eat, food is broken down by our digestive system into nutrient molecules that are then absorbed through our digestive tract for use by the body. Foods containing carbohydrates or various sugars are broken down into glucose. Glucose is an important source of fuel for many organs in our body. However, to be able to use the glucose for fuel, the glucose molecule must first enter into the cell. The pancreas produces a hormone called insulin, a chemical messenger essential for the entry of glucose into cells. As the blood glucose levels rise after a meal, insulin is released into the bloodstream and sets processes in motion to trigger the removal of glucose from the blood to enter into the cells. In type 2 diabetes, the cells become resistant to insulin and ignore its message to absorb glucose. This is known as insulin resistance. In addition, in type 2 diabetes, the pancreas is unable to produce the greater amounts of insulin needed to trigger these resistant cells